What's going on, Switching Gears family? Late night in the Switching Gears garage. I want to make a quick video. Hopefully this can help out someone if you're having this same issue. I've looked on the forums a couple of times. Some people were talking about this issue and not knowing what's going on. Let me show you what we have here. Got a buddy of mine, 17 Street Glide Special, candy red, beautiful bike. We did a full service on it and got some other things done, but I was noticing that he could only crank his bike up in neutral. Gave him a call. He bought the bike from the dealership, and they told him that that was a safety that they installed on the bikes for you to only be able to crank it in neutral. That is not right. And let me tell you, if you guys are having this issue, if you put your bike in first gear, if you're pressing in the clutch and you cannot get it the bike to crank, let me tell you exactly what it is. So here's my 18 CVO Road Glide. Let me show you what I did. I took apart my switch lever, and it's for the 14 is up. The 14 up, they all fit the same. The left switch housing, here's everything right here. I took apart my left switch housing, and I installed my left switch housing on his bike just to see if the switch housing was broken. So here's his switch housing right here. So what happens is, if you're trying to engage the clutch to crank your bike up, if this switch here, this is what the clutch lever presses in on. So when you press in the clutch, when you squeeze it in, it presses in this lever here to let the bike know that it's in gear, but at the same time, the gears are not active. Once that engages in, once that clutch, that little, it's called a clutch switch. Once it engages in, it allows you to crank the bike up. So Harley used to make them to where you could take them apart piece by piece and replace it. But now this is a separate housing. I see a little bit of fog and stuff inside of his, but nonetheless, his switch is bad. So this is his old switch. Here is the switch off of my bike. I just put it all together. And now, once we come here, as you can see, the bike is not in gear. Once we switch the bike on, now we press in. Matter of fact, let me press this down. Now that we press in here, and I'm going to hold this in, bike is still in gear. Now we got crank up. So now the bike cranks up. So, and for the longest, he's been riding this bike thinking that he had to put, no fault to his, no fault to him, definitely not his fault. We're going to bring this up to the dealership, make sure they, hopefully they stand by, get it squared away, because this switch housing here, just the switch alone, this is about a 240, about I think 230 last time I checked. So my advice to him is going to be, if he has to go in there and replace the housing, I'm going to tell him to go ahead and replace it to the upgraded lighted ones. And they come stock on the CVO. And you can see here that these are lighted, but here his factory ones are not lighted. So you can get the lighted ones that come in a pair with everything that you need for about $250. Or you can get this one by itself for about $230. So it will make sense just to get the pair that it's in. It's an upgrade to get the pair that lights up. If he's going to replace the housing, he just can go ahead and replace this switch and this switch, and now he'll have the lighted ones instead of the dark ones. Hopefully this helps someone out. If you guys are trying to crank your bike up in gear and it's not cranking, that's why. Well, I'm not going to say that's why. 9 times out of 10, I would start with this switch here is probably gone bad and it's not working anymore. Let's start with that. And if it's not that, then you can always troubleshoot it down. But a good telltale sign is if you put the bike in gear, if you put the bike in neutral and the bike cranks, but it won't crank in gear, 95% of the time, it's going to be that switch there in the back that's bad. All right, let me get through wrapping this up. I'm going to give him a call, let him know what I found. And, let's see what he wants to do with it. I'm done with this bike. I'm going to do a quick wash and wax on it tomorrow. Wintertime is coming up, so we're going to put a good wax on it, kind of cover up, protect that candy paint. But he's ready to go for another 5,000 miles. We did all Screaming Eagle synthetic oil, and then we did the heavy duty gear oil, make it switch out a little bit better. I know a lot of people, everybody, oil is like shoes or name brand. You know, you choose what you like. I like to go with the Harley synthetic oil. You know, I've never had a problem with it. But just want to help you guys out. Thanks for watching.